Alright, good morning everybody. It is 5:47 a.m. on Saturday morning, March 7th. Today is Lady Raven's funeral or memorial. It's at 11. I'm supposed to be there at 9:30 to help. I'm bringing in some of her kuromis to place around her urn. I've had ulcers sitting in the back of my throat, left side. Anybody who gets that, gets an ulcer on the inside of their mouth and the back, you know how it causes your ear to lock up. I thought I was sick for the longest time. No, they're stress induced. Ever since that Wednesday after I came home. From the hospital. This morning, it is now 5:50. Oh, next alarm will go off at 6. I'm gonna dismiss that one. Oh, what are we doing? Hydra's got good. Rebellion's got good. Home base's got good. Let's jump into home base real quick. I want to show y'all. My mother, Kidron, has been keeping me up to date. I'm going to give y'all a... While I've been going to work and going to classes and... My exam on Tuesday, I was in there for a total of 29 minutes. It was not a long exam. It either went really good or really bad. I'm not exactly sure which. The teacher hasn't posted the grade. Funny thing is, he told us it was 100 points, but when he in the grade book when he added it, it's worth 35 points, and I'm like, the fuck. I'm confident in my grade. I showed my work. I showed how I got it. So... Oh, and it was a paper test. It wasn't online. All of these accounting teachers, everything is online. No, not for him. And my intermediate accounting part A, the first one, the teacher told us she cared more about whether or not we had the correct process saved in the exam files than she did if we had the correct answer. I always thought the correct answer was what we were shooting for, because you can't get the correct answer without knowing the correct process. But anywho, Intermediate 2, which was on Monday, they didn't care. Just wanted the correct answers. And, yeah, that one I got a 69.74 on. So just under a 70. It dropped my letter grade 3 points, putting me at a 79.77. That sounds like it's loading me in. Oh, wait. The fuck? What the fuck just happened? Wait. Did I log into the wrong server? Yeah, this is a male character. What the hell? Where am I? What did I just do? Hold on. Quick. No, cancel. Main menu. Force lockout. What the hell did I just log into? Did I log into Hydras or Funhouse? Wait. Multiplayer. Server name. Oh, I logged into Funhouse, didn't I? Home base. Okay. I haven't been back in this one since the reset. Continue. Okay. That worried the shit out of me. I was like, what the fuck? Did I just create a new character? Okay. Well, I'm still on my same schedule, but the fact that I did as well as on that first exam as the fact that I remembered 69.74% of that stuff when a full chapter of that was during the week that I was a ball of tears and mucus laying somewhere. I'm going to count that as a win. These are core classes, so I do need to get at least a C on them. There we go. Alright, now, as you can see, we've got ourselves some nice hardwood flooring. The doorways are now upgraded to wood. Outside hasn't been touched yet. Kidron has been working. Up to there, so it's just this small corner right here. It hasn't been updated yet. 3 panels right here. It looks fantastic. When she originally showed me, she'd gotten the door frames done, and she was working on the walls. And I informed her that when upgrades occur, you should always start with the base elements. Because if the base elements fail, everything that's sitting on them fails. So if somebody were to come in with with a grenade or C4 or something and toss it down right here to damage this floor panel and it destroyed it, that door frame with the door in it, gone. The ceiling panel, gone. That wall, gone. And now they've got open access. Yeah, the walls are important, which is why you should work by quadrant and, upgrade. But at the same time, what she's doing is also fine. She logs out in that chair right there. Let's see what she's got here. Look at that. She got herself set up. She got herself kitted out. That way she doesn't have to run all the way here across the building. Uh... I don't need those. Scrap. Put them on. My alarm went off. Woke me up. Oh. Holy crap. Okay. Oh. Great. She used all the logs. Okay. That's fine. Let me step inside real quick. I need... That's 6 o'clock. What do I need? I need... Unpickle. Unpickle. Okay. It gives me that. I need... Alright. 19 pieces of metal. 5, 10, 15, 20. That'll do. I need something blunt. And no, I do not count. Take both of them because I'll probably wear this shit the fuck out. Time to adventure forth. Perfect. Should only need one per. It should give me 4, 8, 12. Yeah. Should get 24 out of this, so I only need 5 of the 6. Autocraft. Alright, so we're going to sit here and do this for a little bit. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, 1% pull per toolbox. That's fantastic. But, as I was saying, apparently I'm going to be the first getting up to speak at the memorial service. And who doesn't love public speaking? Oh, that'd be me. I hate public speaking. But it's for Christy. For Lady Raven. I'm kinda all over the place. Alright, so one extra piece of metal. Completely overburdened. That's repair the parts that are worse off. So one thing I don't like about upgrading your bases is it costs more to keep them repaired. That'll be my last one. Alright, now the funny part is, you look at it, everything else is under, her base element's under 25%, under 50%, under 70%. That means everything else is in that first 25% of decay. That's another 5. That'll get us down to 70. Well, 75. Get 397 base elements out of 10,024. Alright, there's my last one there. Because no human would stack toolboxes like this. Ghostbusters reference? No? Okay. Alright, it'll take 4 of them and we'll have a little bit left of the 4th. We probably didn't need the wall. Nobody else bothered with the walls. But this is about Kidron wanting to get her to the point. There we go. Oh, I only need... Yeah. Let's go put this inside. Base is back to 100%. don't remember if she said this on air or not last time we were recording a video. Apparently, toolboxes at the safe zones are like $1 or some shit. Whew. No, there's no point in doing that because that's not what we're doing, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cancel. Just come over here, and I'll throw that and that into there. Mwahaha. I'll put melee in 4, and I want my handgun in 3. But yeah, you see what an issue it is constantly building and repairing, so... $6:10. Snooze. I was up early due to my regular alarms. So oh shit. Come on. Anyone else? Gonna play? Let's take that eyeball and that screwdriver. I'll take that screwdriver. Wish the screwdriver's stacked. Taking hands. Reload. What? I should have 45 ammunition. Oh no. I filled up the now reload. I'll put that in my pants. Two rounds down. Yeah, I'm not doing this quietly today. Combat helmet, World War II. I know everything's going to take time. Car 98K, holy crap. Okay. Ooh, 30-06. I don't care about that. Those loose rounds don't sell for much, but a full box? There's nothing. And as I'm looting this, an NPC with a shotgun walks around the corner. Cow! 2 to the face. Another car 98K. That's fine. I will move back towards base now. Put that away. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's not really good. The only thing, the weapons can be used as parts. See, I like the fact that I'm wearing the raincoat, but my shit's still getting wet. Come over here. Our pistol ammo, toss that in there. Pistol mags. Shotgun's level up rifle. That's a rifle mag. There's rifle ammo. Wait, why do I still have a toolbox? Okay. That's my M1. That's a car 98K. Okay. This is a... Now repair. Okay, now it's 76%. Repair. That's now 100%. Alright, hold on before I do that. 48, 76, yeah. Disassemble. Repair. There we go. Now that one's 100%. Disassemble. I'll repair mine this time. Ha 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 ha! That takes it up to 87%. And I could disassemble the other one, but I don't want to. Okay, well, we got... Rifle ammo, accessories, archery. Too bad you can't move the cabinets. Right next to rifle ammo, I put, Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Too bad you can't move the cabinets. No, but you can move the shit that's in the cabinets. I'll change accessories to weapon parts, and I'll move the... I guess I better build two more and rotate it. Turn rifles into pistol parts. Move it down. Turn... And then this one will become rifle parts, and then I'll have two more to make up for the two I'm taking. So everything's going to get shunted down. One from there, and then two from there. Right. In the meantime, let's throw that in the melee. Supposed to be for gun accessories. It's whatever. The Car 98 suppressor. I can repair that. The Car 88 is not suppressed. Alright. Oh, needs to go into close. Alright, and then... Toolboxes. Okay, there we go. more screwdrivers. I'll just toss this right here for right now. Oh yeah, raincoat. That doesn't fucking work. And toss it in the clothes. Alright folks, well, like I said, this is going to be a short episode. I just try to, not think. Not think about anything. Because my brain is wanting me to think. I do not want to think. Something beeped. I'm going to check that out. But ladies and gentlemen, today is the memorial for Lady Raven, my late wife, Christy. If nothing else today, after watching this video, just take a minute and say a prayer for her. I've never been overly religious. I believe, but I'm not religious, if that makes sense. They've always said that God knows all and God sees all, so God knows how we live our lives. And whether or not we support Him, we don't need to go once a week for a renewal or a recharge or whatever, however they want to see it. But that's how some people see it. Oh, if I go to church, I get into heaven. That's not how it works. That's how man has set it up. That is not how everything else has been set up. For those of you who joined me for this delightful little 40-minute journey today, thank you. I love you all. I know my mom's going to watch this. Mom, love you. My son won't, at least not right away. I love you too, Ethan. You know, we don't know what comes after death. Could be the afterlife, could be reincarnation. Maybe the anime's got it right and we're all reborn into other worlds. I had a book idea come up in my head while I was wallowing in my self-doubt and on a blame spiral, blaming myself for everything once again. Which I pulled through, and after I did that, this story idea popped into my head. Of course, the main character is based off of me, and, you know, with my situation, he faces something similar. And he chooses to go completely off the wall, quits his job. Instead of, you know, I gave my roommate 30 days so he'd have time to put money aside and to find a new place, get his stuff packed. He gave him 30 days. Quick sold the house for Didn't even bother to pay off his debts. Just quick sold the house, took the money, and bought a new vehicle. And then loaded up the few things he cared about into the vehicle. And he just fucking took off. He went off the deep end. He crossed a line that every one of us thinks about crossing every single day. So why do I do this? Why am I dealing with this crap? And he starts going to different types of therapy, different types of everything, and he just keeps looking into what's after life. And that rabbit hole, if any of you have researched or Googled what's after death, and you move very far away from the front pages, you start to get some outlandish ideas of what's after death. And who knows, maybe one of those is correct and everybody else is wrong. But at the same time, maybe everybody's right. And maybe it's just based off of your personal beliefs. But in this case, he falls into a rabbit hole, and well, the premise behind it is that on the it goes into multiverse theory, but it puts a new twist on it. With the multiversal theory that my brain, twisted as it is and has been, came up with, was that Earth Prime, the original Earth, is still in a fight between heaven and hell. Old school biblical stuff. The stuff that, the stuff that raged before the earth was the earth. Well, both sides recovered. God created the earth. Then you get Adam and Eve, and through the processes that occurred in Eden, evil was let in, which is why, in order to keep Eden pure, Adam and Eve were cast out of Eden. So, Adam and Eve, and eventually Lilith, she after birthing demons and then being tortured by demons, she managed to escape because God didn't build Adam and Eve or Lilith with expiration dates. Death was not a thing back then. So Eve returned, and they began a fight against the demons, some of which were Lilith's own children. And any child that was born that was more human than demon was ostracized with Eve. I'm sorry, with Lilith, and they came with her, and they are raging a war against the demons, because the demons want into the resources that are in the Garden of Eden. So the multiverse was actually created because they were losing too many of their best warriors. At some point, heaven joined their just cause. I'm not saying all was forgiven, but fighting in the war was a repentance of sorts. So the forces of heaven came to earth and were fighting alongside, but again, they were losing too many of their best warriors, so the multiverse was created. And every time a warrior in the war was killed, instead of them dying there, I don't know what that was, but instead of them dying in the war, one of their counterparts in the multiverse died instead. That's right. I reduced the lives of everybody in the multiverse into the green mushrooms from Mario. We are all just extra lives. And in the story, the main character, based off of me and what I'm going through right now, he hears this theory, and for some reason it clicks and it makes sense to him. I think it just pissed him off more than all the other ones. So he dives more and more into this religion, and the person who he learns it from tells him about his teacher. So he travels and he meets that guy's teacher, who then goes to the next teacher and the next teacher. And then there's a traveling montage of him traveling across the globe, using his funds to track down the source of this. And he eventually winds up kind of Matrix style at a door. It's a very out of place door. It shouldn't be there. I mean, it should, but it shouldn't. So he ends up going through there, and he's in a control room. He goes from whatever place he's in, he goes like into a control room, and they're just winged individuals, not just winged, not just angel wings, but there's some with leathery wings, some of Lilith's offsprings, and then there are people without wings because intermingling, interbreeding, all that good stuff. And these are tech support. And he opens the door and walks in, and no one's paying him any attention because, well, only authorized people are supposed to come in there, so nobody pays any attention to the door opening and closing. They think it's just one of their co-workers coming in for a shift change or something. And then the main character pulls out a firearm, which don't ask me how he got that through so many different customs. I have not planned all this all the way through. But he somehow got a hold of a firearm before he went into this facility, and I'm probably going to have it rotate all the way back around to the U.S., so he's going to, be back in his own vehicle, and he's going to drive to, like, some sports stadium and go down 3 floors into a sub-basement. Someplace nobody would be looking for something. And because of items he gained during his journeys, he's able to pass through properly to reach this door. And when he finds out about it, about everything, he starts to implement his own plan for the situation. And That's a chicken. Anyway, I'm going to try to work with that. I'm going to try to evolve it a little bit, see what I could do with it, see how I can work it. Better, faster, stronger. Oh, sorry. Again, I'm scatterbrained at the moment. I know I'm about to go into a situation I would really, really rather not be going into, but again, if you joined me today, thank you. Say a prayer for Lady Raven. Don't waste your prayers on me. It won't do you any good. But definitely say a prayer for Lady Raven. And I will see. I will make it through this somehow. But give your prayers and thanks to Lady Raven. And ladies and gentlemen, as always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Ring that notification bell so you can be informed when a new episode drops. I was about to give my signing outline, but I got yelled at from beyond the grave to do the line. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, this is Cyper, the Psychotic Reaper, and I am signing out. We will see you on Sunday.